there's a lingering feeling in the movements. The movements never really stops right away. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jeff. So in this video, we're gonna check out BTS's dance practice for their newest title track, Swim. Before we get to it, just want to let you guys know that I have reacted to the comeback live. So I have seen the choreography. Obviously, I haven't seen the full fixed version. And so that is going to be a different experience, right? So yeah, if you guys are interested in my comeback live reaction, I have it on Patreon, link is down below. I also have the full album there. And I am also going to do the documentary and then of course the Goyang concert, which I'm really excited about. Okay, so as usual, we're going to go through it first and then we're going to do some pausing. Let's go. That is a very catchy melody though. It's been stuck in my head ever since I listened to it. I love Jimin's hair on the comeback live. I was obsessed. Okay, so yeah, so there's no choreo in this part. Let's go! Beautiful, hey! Woo! So fluid. Wow, it's such a mesmerizing choreography. Whoa! Hey! Love the details. Nice! Ooh! Hey! A domino effect. Ooh. Woo! I like the formation. Wow. That's so mesmerizing when they go down slowly. Yeah, I love the vocals on this song. Woo! In terms of the choreography, I actually think this is beautiful. Of course, you know, it's not like super heavy, and you know, they did have minimal choreography all throughout. You know, it's in sections, mainly in chorus and all that, and they have a lot of moments to just be themselves. But it is a beautiful choreography. A lot of the movements here are very contemporary leaning. And so that just reminded me of Black Swan. Of course, Black Swan is still a better choreography and it's a lot harder. But it just reminded me of that kind of performance from them, you know? It's that beautiful lines, very liquid and very airy, actually. Both elements. If they had no shoes and they just had done this bare feet, kind of like what they did with Black Swan, this would be like obvious contemporary. Just like the type of movements that they were attacking, it's a lot of them are kind of like rooted in like traditional contemporary. What's cool about it is like, okay, you put on the sneakers, you put on shoes, and then it kind of becomes like lyrical hip hop. You know what I mean? Like that is kind of where it went. It's so beautiful when like genres cross over, and especially like movements like this that is like rooted in contemporary would be used in like modern and more like commercial type of presentation, you know? Because contemporary is not too commercial. I wish it was. You know, I wish that more people knew about contemporary. Okay, so let's go through it again.
Swim. swim. Water falling off your skin. Swim, swim. I could spend a lifetime watching you swim, swim. This is how it all begins. Swim, swim. I just wanna dive. I just wanna dive.
Hold on, sorry. I just love the vocals, by the way. The way they sung this is just so ethereal. It has a kind of like, that kind of feeling, you know, which is beautiful.
I just wanna dive. I just wanna dive. Back world, run away. It's a wake up in this back world.
Yeah, this is very radio friendly.
Looking like a kitty kitty in this bad world. Bad world. Don't know how to act, girl. I'm in the deep. Tell me where to have you back, girl.
A lot of freedom during these portions. Kind of just freestyle the movements. This song just gets better and better every time. Okay. It's so mesmerizing to watch. That's why I was like, oh, I think I should be pausing in this portion, but I don't want to pause because I want to keep seeing it. But yeah. I love that my bias is in the middle. And first thing I noticed, the ballet position. First, second, third. I think it's third position. Hold on. I had to make sure. It's been a while, yo. So Jimin is in this third position. So first position, second position, third position. Obviously, it's not as like out, but it's a version, you know? It's more appropriate to the genre. Love that. I love that Jimin never really forgets these kind of technical details. Even after so long, you know, it's just like a default for him, which is so nice. I mean, this is already so balletic in a way. One variation would make it a ballet move, like this kind of thing, you know? It's like, that's ballet right there. But no, to kind of make it more lyrical hip hop or like more kind of hip hop leaning commercial, instead of going here, you kind of go here, right? And also, I don't know what the choreographer's interpretation of this move is, but I can see it that like, you know, it's kind of like what you do in the ocean. You know, it's that kind of like you shield your eyes from like the sun, you know, which happens on the beach, at the boat, that kind of thing when you're looking out, right? So I can already see that kind of connection, which is so cool. So yeah, it's such a smart variation of like a ballet move, which adds a lot of elegance, you know? And then like, so you go here and then like it goes here, which is, as we know, with swimming, you know, like whoop, whoop. So this is like upturn. It's a pull, you know, it's like that kind of hand placement. It's a pull. And then here it's different, right? It's a different execution. So this is like, whoo, right? It's floaty. And then this is like that stroke, right? It's also so cool with a song because it kind of pops out of nowhere. You don't anticipate it to come. This you do. Yeah, but then it's kind of like, what happens after that? Because it's still going. It's like it's lingering like that, and it just keeps moving, and that's a very prominent detail here in this choreography, not just in this section, but all throughout. There's a lingering feeling in the movements. The movements never really stops right away. You know, it just keeps lingering like that, and I'll point it more out throughout the choreo, but it's just so beautiful because it's elongating your moves rather than, because like they could have easily been like, you know, 1, 2, you know, just drop it right away, right? Like that could have been a version, but no, it has a kind of lingering feeling. So it's like swim, swim, you know, it just keeps moving. I also love the control, like with the elbow. Here, you know, it's just so it's higher, right? So that creates more lines, and keeping it there, or I guess this way, keeping it there while this hand is already down, so it creates that shape. So that moment there, it's already so contemporary. Take out the shoes, and this is a contemporary move. Like Think all black outfit with no shoes. That's contemporary already. It's the same movements, right? Yeah, it's such a crossover between contemporary roots and like that hip hop feel. I also like the dynamics on this because it's like obviously very ethereal, very smooth. So boom, boom, and then suddenly there's a punch. There. So there's a punch like that, and then it goes smooth again with a swim part. Loving Taehyung's head placement here. I love that he's still very crouched down there, which retains that shape. Yeah, they take time into getting up. And these kind of things are what helps the lingering feeling. Those very small but smooth movements. It's continuous. It's very subtle. So it's different from the people in the front and then people at the back. Because Jimin's row went up right away. So it's a different movement already. But the guys at the back, they're leaning. And so the good thing about V's interpretation here is that like he keeps down longer. And so when you go up, you have more to go, right? Because if you end up going up right away, this lingering sound is still there, right? But you've finished your movements already. And so where do you go? So yeah, when you take your time to go up, so he started like this, and then when he starts to kind of go like this and it's slowly according to the music, that works because then you're really taking your time with it rather than going up right away, right? Of course, according to the music. Also love like the isolation for the entire group where it's just like the knees buckled in front and then it's just the upper body moving, right? And then shift over here. So like we're still down, like V over there. A. And taking the time. So she's still down. You know, like his head is still lower. And so that just, yeah, it adds to that shape and to that lingering feeling rather than like going up right away and then you're kind of stuck above already, you know? Even like with the opening of the shoulder too, that helped as well. Like, so in this kind of moment, it just needs to be moving subtly. And so there's so many parts. One is like the head kind of like ducked down like this, and then you go up slowly, right? And then the other section of it is like the shoulder opening up like this, and that helps with that whole imagery. Yeah, even like with a it's not like a body roll, which is very different. It's more like it's more tight together, the shoulders and like the core. It's more like it's that feeling of, you know, like in the Olympics, when is it maybe like synchronized swimming? Synchronized swimming is mainly like the feet above, but they do also kind of come out of the water, right? Like that. So it's kind of like that moment is a feeling of that move. Yeah, the swim, right? It's that kind of like posture. I like this so much because it's so unexpected. Because the normal thing about these more kind of prominent moments in the song, the usual point is to kind of make something big and huge. You know, something they could have gone so many different ways with that specific moment where they could have, you know, gone in a straight line and then like did a tree, you know, kind of opening like a peacock tail, you know, like something like that, like a fan, or, you know, just something that goes outwards because that's the feeling, right? But no, they went the opposite where they went for a contraction going down, you know, and that's so unexpected, especially because they're superstars, you know. Usually it's that kind of like projection of like, woo, you know, like kind of big feeling, but no, they went like, woo, like they went down. I also love how subtly slow it is too with that. It's that continuous movement. A lot of these movements would not work if they were to just go abruptly for it. You know, okay, it's like we're gonna go down, so we're gonna go down and then just stay there and just wait. You know, it doesn't work. It needs to be continuous. Every moment, every single like think of a song, you know? So if it's a full note, which is basically 4 quarter notes, it's holding that whole note. 1, 2, 3, 4. As opposed to having quarter notes where it's like, you know, if you stop right away, it's just like 1, 2, and then the other 2 notes is not sung because you abruptly ended it, right? So instead of cutting it short, you know, going straight to it, you hold it. You do every single one, right? And that adds to the feeling of the song. Whoa, V had that lock that in his leg, which is a cool detail. Yeah. I like that too. You know, it's so unexpected again. So you got Suga on the side and then like the guys on the other side. So it's very unconventional because again, normally in these kind of situations, you put the one singing in the center, right? Like we see this in survival shows. If you're the one singing, you get into the center and all that, right? And that's more conventional. That makes sense. And it's not a bad thing, right? But it's just so cool where, you know, you have Suga coming in and then like the guys are like off center. Yeah. So that's very hip hop. That's definitely more hip hop than the chorus. Chorus is very contemporary leaning. But yeah, this is like it's more of a hip hop vibe. Maybe because it makes sense too because it's faster, and so there's a more kind of like bounce to it. I also love how it's more diagonal. Like they're kind of like shifted this way when they're doing that. There's a lot of swimming elements in here. That is one of the concepts of the song, and so it filters down to the choreography really well. See, again, lingering feeling, right? So it makes sense for the dynamic change because you're going fast, right? And then suddenly it stops and it slows down, right? It softens, you know, it falls slowly. So that's very effective. It won't be as effective if they were like fast, boom, right? You see the difference? It's like fast, boom, right? It's not as good. Well, obviously I'm not doing it full out too, but you know, but see the difference with like fast, boom, right? Like it's so much more interesting to, even if you're not completely knowing what's happening, subconsciously you'll feel something different. So in that too, like it's really good what they're doing too, because you'll do more like detail and soften more if your head or if your face is like in one aspect and then it kind of goes like that, right? Like it, ooh, that's so much more interesting too than kind of going like this, right? Like your face is already here, right? And then you go like this. It's so much more interesting when it's like this, boom, right? More open. That's a cool joining. So yeah, Suga comes in, center here, boom, and then he goes into the choreography. That's smart. That's cool. So even though this is a slower song, they were able to find a lot of very interesting moments in it. So much fluidity. So cool. Yeah. Oh, wait. That thing, it's so free flowing. There's just a lot of very interesting and conventional moves here. You know, like so after they go back, they go forward again, turn, and then like the hand thing is so smart. Just it comes out of nowhere, which is so cool. And then Here, with the domino effect creating the waves of the ocean. And they did so well with thinking about the concept here because they could have gone in different ways, right? But like, speaking of like the title, swim, water, music video on a boat. So you think of the choreography and it's like, okay, yeah, you add a lot of swimming elements and waves element. And so incorporating those things onto a choreography makes it easier to choreo actually, as opposed to kind of just making like a, for example, like a cool looking hip hop vibe to this song. Like a lot of people can do that 100%. But the thing is, like, it's so different when you think of a concept, you stick to that concept, and then you suddenly can create different abstract moments within that choreography. It's not just a cool choreography anymore. The choreography has meaning. Like using a lot of dance elements to incorporate in this song, in this choreography. So here, like a domino effect, it's a dance imagery technique to make something more pop, to make a choreography more cool, and not traditional, to make it more interesting, to kind of break it up a little bit, all that, right? It's a strategy. And so here, they use something that is so common in dance to make something of the concept, which is like the waves, right? So this is the same choreo in the chorus earlier, but it's just like in a different formation, different directions too. I love the diagonal formation. It's so, again, unconventional, off center. I would like to think that this specific formation also has a meaning because so much of the choreography has had meaning. I feel like maybe I would associate with the compass, especially with the ship in the music video. Think of the compass, right? That's what I'm thinking, but let me know if it means something else. Like, I'm thinking there's something, if it's not because it's giving compass, because for V is still in the middle and then J-Hope is slightly there. So it's almost like a hand, like the compass hand and the directions with like the members on the outer circle.
Swim, I could spend a lifetime watching you swim, swim, swim. I just wanna dive.
So cool. I missed dissecting BTS choreography and dance practices. So yeah, again, I have reacted to the Comeback Live and also the full album. I'm also reacting to their documentary and the Goyang concert. So those are all on Patreon. Links are down below. I'm very, very excited about the documentary because I love watching those kind of things, especially for BTS, because so much of what they do has meaning. I love seeing the process, All right, thank you guys so much for watching with me today. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you did, do like and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, make sure to click that notification bell so you don't miss any content from me. And if you'd like to see more exclusive reactions, I do have Patreon. Link is down below.